Shake a pajama. Would have taken more time before I decide to relegate.
Hello, my name is Bolfolua and I'm live on YFP MoneyDiary. My name is Bolfolua and I run a fashion business and I'm also a food entrepreneur. Also, I'm a real estate connoisseur. I love money. Money makes me happy. That's my impression of money. Money makes people happy and I know that we must get it whether by crook or by hook. No. My first hustle was being a fashion entrepreneur. All right, let's say days. Yeah, let's say about 1 million. Shake it, pajomo. Okay, so yeah, my rough breakdown in a month. Let's say food expenses. We are 3 in our house, so food expenses 100,000. Let's say 100,000 a month. Clothing, I like to buy clothes a lot. 200K. My savings in a week, I save 60,000 naira every Saturday. Every day, I save 5,000 naira in my carry-wise account, and every end of the month, I save 150,000 naira. Transportation, let's just put that on 100K. My birthday. On my birthday, I spent a lot too. Let's just give it a rough estimate of 1.5 million. Wives. Relocating to Lagos earlier than I did. So that's what I would do differently. Maybe I would have taken more time before I decided to relocate to Lagos. Worrying that my business is mostly virtual, there is no point coming to Lagos. When I did, if I had stayed longer, I would be able to save more and I would live a more comfortable life than I am currently. Currently, no. Actually, there is no reason because I'm working towards starting a new investment soon. So my financial happiness from 1 to 10, 4. At the meeting, 4. I'll be pretty safe. When I start earning like 10 million in a month. Clothing? I had a lot of interesting money story, but the one that actually taught me a lesson about not just investing in, I cannot even call that investment. I remember back then when I just graduated secondary school, I started seeing a bit of money. I always keep my money right from start. I always love to keep my money. So we went to this where we grew up. Everybody knows everybody. So we went to this cyber cafe to register for JAM, and I heard them talking about investments, Ponzi scheme, and thereabouts. And I had money. I had already made thousands of naira from my dad because I lied that I needed money to do some stuff. So I had money in my account. Let's say I had like 50,000 naira in my account as at then. That was 2015, 2016 thereabouts. I had like 50,000 naira in my account. They are talking about Ponzi scheme. So I was interested. I was listening to them. So when I got home, I talked to a friend about it. And as at then, initially, I wanted to use that 50,000 naira to get a Samsung S5 phone. Then I needed a phone. So my money was not enough. I wanted to buy it from a friend. She was very close to me, but she wanted to sell the phone to me 60,000 naira. I don't have 10K. But I told her about my predicament and she was like, oh, the sponsor, she had a sponsor scheme that she has been doing that if I put 50K in it, the following day I'm going to get 100,000 naira. And I'm like, that's interesting. Considering the fact that I had from the cyber cafe guy he is more like an advisor to us youths that time because he always put us through on what to do in school. So I actually held him in high esteem. So hearing him talk about sponsor scheme, it gave me a push to actually want to do whatever the girl was telling me. If she had come to me on her own and she introduced me to it, I would have said no because I don't joke with my money. And everybody knows I don't joke with my money. But she said, when she talked about the sponsor scheme, I remember that I already had that conversation at the cafe. And I'm like, how do we go about it? She set up the whole thing and she asked me to transfer the money to a certain account. I think I did. So the following day, I was expecting 100,000 naira in my account. I know say it. I kept checking. So I thought I do not, and one thing about me, I don't like when people see me as a dull person. I don't like when I tell my story and they could tell that, oh, you were not being smart in this area. That's why this thing happens to you. So most of the time, I just mask it. I don't tell anybody about it. That's how I operate my life, basically. So I could not tell anybody about it. Only we were going back and forth, and at a point, she just changed it and she flipped and she was like, if the money had been successful, will I not be the one enjoying the 100,000 naira? And I'm like, no, I just lost my phone and I needed this phone. What are we going to do about it? You have already gotten a new phone from your own brothers. I think she was using Nexus 6P that time. Like, I can never forget that phone. That's how painful it was. Sorry. I can never forget the name of it. She was using Nexus 6P. She had already gotten a new phone and I needed... She's on my Snap. She was seeing. I was chatting with her, talking to her about how we were going to... the way forward because... I'm always about solution. Anything can happen at any time. But let me know the way forward. Let me know my stand. Let me know what I'm doing. So I spoke to her. When she introduced that particular one to me, the sponsor scheme that you were talking about at the cafe was actually MMM. The one she introduced to me was C something. It's not CBEX. It was, I've forgotten the name. But the one she introduced to me was kind of different. I remember asking her that, is it MMM? She said this one that she's very sure that she already cashed out. Why is it that it is when I put my own money, that is when there's problem? She was telling me to hold on. She's going to sort it out. And I'm like, okay, I will hold on. So for like a week, we were going back and forth. She was assuring me that I was going to get my money. And at a point when I became so worried, she said, if I did not get the money, she was going to give me the phone. Then I will pay her bit by bit. That I should hold on for a week. Tell me after a week and I reach out to her. She changed it for me that never in my life I should not contact her again. And that was how I lost my first big game money to sponsor scheme. About 2 or 3 weeks later, I think she thought about the whole thing, how I've been to her, everything, and she came. She actually apologized that she's sorry. You still have a lot of things to do together in the future, and I should just find a place in my heart to forgive. And she was going to start paying me the money bit by bit. I agreed that she can continue paying me bit by bit, but till now, I've not gotten a dime of the money. But it's fine, but we're still friends. We've done a lot of businesses together. We've exchanged dates and we are good. One after another. Follow your passion with uncertain income or do a boring job with someone. Boring job with one month. Yeah, this is a crypto or stocks? Stocks. Because that's what my daddy told me to do. I should buy stocks anytime I have money. Do crypto not fall? It is more reliable than crypto. Yes, yeah. I know. Building from scratch with your partner or marrying a freaking wealthy partner. Okay, I better go. I must have a build. See my hand. Crystal or real estate? Real estate. Crypto or gold? Gold. To anything but crypto. But I heard crypto is good. 10 million now or 1 million every year for 15 years. 10 million right now because I'll be able to invest and 1 million every year. That 1 million every year. Now I have to start. Yeah, I go spend and finish. Working 9 to 5 or day business. It is obvious now. Business. Me, I swear. I'm not built to that. I'm not built to that. So invest in a guaranteed 5% return or 50-50 chance of double your money. Invest in a guaranteed, let's say, same return. Investment. Be an only child, or being a firstborn. I don't want to be a firstborn. Even the secondborn guy, I don't like it. Being an only child is, yeah, my last. If you have to choose one need, a car or a house, a house. I don't want to be rented. What does the fidgety means in investment? Hey, you're about to see how dumb I am. A, how profitable an investment is. B, how quickly an assets can be converted to cash. How risky an investment is. Liquidity. It has to do with money, right? B, how quickly liquidity. Profitable an investment is. How quickly an asset can be converted to cash. That's my post company. They say I'm illiquid. That means I have money. If it is illiquid, something like real estate, that means you cannot easily convert it to cash. Yes, correct. It's okay to lose. What is the main purpose of an emergency fund? A, to invest in high-risk assets. B, to cover unexpected expenses. I think that's my answer. C, to increase long-term weight. B, to cover unexpected expenses. So what does risk mean in investing? A, guaranteed profits. B, chance of losing money. C, free money. B, which of the following best describes compound interests? Remember the formula to calculate SI. Read the offshore space. A, interest earned only on the principal. B, interest earned on both principal and accumulated interest. C, fixed paid monthly. B, interest earned on both principal and accumulated interest. Clock is out. Never forget. My mouth is sand. A, diversified portfolio acts an investor to A, maximize risk. B, eliminates all the losses. C, reduce overall interest risk. Diversified portfolio as the investor. Reduce overall investment risk. Yeah. Diverse. So if you invest 100,000 naira at 10% per annum annual interest compounded yearly, what happens after 1 year? You earn what? At 10%, you earn 10,000 naira. Which of these is an example of an investment? Buying snacks. B, buying shares in a company. C, paying transfers. Buying shares in a company. I only missed one. Jesus. And I actually got it though. It is evil spirits. What is a budget? A plan of how to spend and save money. B, a way to borrow money. C, a type of van. A plan of how to spend and save money. Yeah, that done. Next. Done. Thank you for having me. See you next time. Subscribe to our channel. Like, follow.
just share on your social media. Come and support us, oh, because we are big.